I'm supporting Liverpool because I want them to hold Man City for us. We are coming for top four, and they are breathing behind us. So if they can hold Man City for us, and then we make sure we win against Villa, it will be great for us. As a Chelsea fan, I will support Liverpool. So it will not be an easy game. We don't expect it to be an easy game. For Man City also, they have lost in the Champions League. They have been really, really humiliated. So they'll try to fight back. So it will be a great watch. Yeah.
For me, I'll see it's a draw. But if it's what I wish for Man City to win.
Okay.
But what in reality, the only thing that I can see is a draw there.
Okay, I'll kick off favors the younger team. That's what everybody says, which in this point is Manchester United.
No. At Goodson Park, I don't think so, man.
Arsenal against West Ham.
It's a very easy prediction. Even that is the reason I have not talked about it, because you predicted that Leicester against Arsenal, it would be a very difficult game, and you are right. It was difficult. The fact that we didn't have a striker, and I don't think if Merino was not there, or if they never do that change, we could have scored with those kind of players that we had at the forward. So I think this time around, Teta knows what to do.
Hello, guys. Welcome again to another week of the Triple Cup Show. Very nice guest as always. Very nice weeks. If you guys have seen, or those on the audio, you need to go to the YouTube. I'm rocking the big jersey, the white jersey, the Madrid jersey. After a very good game yesterday, unfortunately for the Pep boys, it wasn't a good day for them. Fortunately for the Madrid guys, when Manchester United is trying to do us bad, I have Madrid to help me try to boost this kind of bad energy in the game. And who else joining on this week of the episode? Chelsea guys always, man like Mike. What's up, G?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
We give thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, for everything.
Okay, nice, man. And then on the side, the big guy, the noisy ones. We thought they will not have a striker. Boom, Moreno becoming a striker. Malik Josh, what's up, G?
Mikel. Did you see what I tell you always, that there is a manager and there is a perfect manager?
Okay.
the super sub. You see, we don't have a striker, and we were debating last time the people who can play as a striker on our team. I think that debate is over.
So who are you thinking? Who are you thinking is the right striker to play? Merino?
When something is work, why should you change?
No,
why should you change?
Because I was seeing rumors online. They are saying he wanted to play also is it Caliafori as the center forward also.
It was a choice because Caliafori has a good flight. So I think that was one major thing, because you see where our threat was coming is from the crosses of this guy called Ethan Monet. So most of the players who were forward, they were short guys, the like of Sterling, Trossard, and Odegaard. They were not being able to convert those kind of chances that Ethan was creating. So I think a tall guy was essential. That's why they brought somebody like Merino, and he converted one of the chances that he got. So the second one was an easy one. It was a simple tap-in, which Wafula said that somebody like Howard could not have scored that one.
Okay, on the other side, man like Mike, you being here, the Chelsea thing, man.
Yeah.
Anto was here last week. He was saying, you know what? This early kickoff, avoid Chelsea. And lucky enough, you guys were beaten home and away by Brighton 4 days in a span of 4 days, beaten twice, man. What a bad day for you guys in office.
It's not home and it was both away.
Okay.
It was away in the FA and away in the league. So Brighton, I think Maresca has been caught out. His tactics, he's very insistent on using the same tactics day in, day out. And we've seen other coaches have learned what he plays. So they are using that against him. And he's very insistent of using on the same tactics, even with different players. We hope that he has seen his mistakes. From the last 9 games, we've been performing poorly. So we hope he can watch all those matches we've played. He need to change his tactics and come up with a different. He needs to tweak that team, because at the moment we are suffering also injuries, but we cannot just put that thing on injuries. We have a very big squad. Even other clubs know that we have a very large squad. So as a coach, as a manager, he needs to see how he can come up with these players who can who can step up when the other players are injured, like our striker. We have 2 strikers already injured. We have our winger, Madueke, injured. So we have kids from academy. We have George. We have Tariq. You see, Mareka should have a plan to fall back to, so that when in case of such an emergency, we can call it an emergency, because we are missing those our main players.
Okay.
In case of such a thing, he has to have backups. You see,
Okay.
that's
Fine.
what we hope he can learn from all those poor results we have had of recently.
Okay.
And we hope our players also, they'll give in their best, because we can understand it's fatigue. They have had so many game time, but we need results as fans. Also, we need those results. We hope that when they come back, they have had a rest of about 1 week now. So when they play on Saturday, they'll have had a very long rest and a time to reflect on those poor results, so that they can give their all in the coming week.
When you check on the other side, it was there's a clause where I'm seeing where they're saying if these guys don't reach Champions League level, they need to sell Palmer. I don't know what clause is that, but that's what I've seen it happening.
There is no player who will sign for a club and say, "Oh, if you don't qualify for Champions League, I can terminate my contract and move forward." Because when you see also for Palmer's contract, it's a very long contract, whereby he's at Chelsea for until 2033, and he has an option for another year.
Okay.
You see, so okay, when he came, he has really made a name for himself, whereby all other rivals are envious of him. And when we are performing poorly, they'll speak, they'll talk, they'll say, "Oh, Palmer shouldn't be in Chelsea because they are performing poorly." You see, okay, at the moment, he's also not performing as well as he was last season. You see, you can't just say we've been dependent on him, okay, but at the moment also his form has also dipped, and because of, I think, his limited playing, his limited positioning. We hope Maresca can give him a free role, like how Pochettino used to do to him in the during last season, whereby he could allow him to go to the right wing and also come in the mid. But this season we've seen he's just been in the mid. He has no that free role to roam around, like go to the wing and come back like that. You see.
Okay.
So we hope that Maresca can change that. And for now, we can say it's maybe luck in this case. We need to see Palmer on the right wing. Since Madueke is not there at the moment, we need to see him on the right wing sometime.
Okay.
Yeah.
Joshua, do you have any other different thing? Because is it a general thing where it's the whole of Chelsea, or it's just one part? Or we can score it out also, like Palmer himself is not who we think or we know he was.
Since last season, I think Chelsea was not performing very well. It's only that Palmer was so brilliant to an extent that he put Chelsea in a forefront for them to be able to reach even in the fight for Conference League. It was all as individual brilliance last season for Cole Palmer. This season, we saw they started very well, and it was it was a team in general who were performing very well. Even Cole Palmer was not so much involved in most of the goals that they scored. But later on, you have seen that since the form has deepened for the whole team, Palmer has not been able to come up the way he did last season. And we can think maybe, as Wafula has mentioned, that I think the positioning of Palmer, it has been stagnant. Like, he has been positioned to a place where he cannot move the way he used to move before. And I think that can also contribute to the performance of his individual performance. So we're expecting, in case maybe it goes like this, but somebody like Maresca is somebody who wants to prove himself and to prove that whatever he does works. So we saw what he did with players like Chaloba, Chilwell, Sterling. He threw them away but later we saw that he needed somebody like Chaloba. Then later he sent Disasti on loan. So it's somebody that is difficult to understand. But I can say they are really not performing well this time round.
Do you think also, is it a point where Brighton now is becoming to go back to where Brighton is? Because look at the like of Mitoma. We know him. Like 2 seasons ago, he was the best guy to have on the Fantasy Premier League. The likes of now Minte is becoming to be another beast in that field. Or like the whole team, this guy, is this Jorginho also? Yeah. Also is becoming a bit. Do you think now we are starting to see? Because previously I think it was because of a bit of injuries here and there, and we know Brighton always they do sell players once they have a chance. They don't keep the players. They do sell them. So do you think it was a point where they now they are getting the team which they want, and now the coach, what's the name? He has a very hard name. He's getting
Hasler,
to where something
like
Hasler.
Hasler.
He's getting now what he wanted, and he has the team which he knows to work with.
Brighton has been a team whereby they have been very inconsistent with their first team. Like last season, we saw the uprise of Koromitoma, Welbeck, and the likes of Pavis Stupinan. They were performing really great. But later on, we saw that Pavis Stupinan has been struggling with injury together with Kolomituma. It's only recently that we have seen Welbeck being very consistent on being the center forward. And irrespective of Joao Pedro, I think Welbeck has been very phenomenal in that center forward role. So we are expecting, if they will maintain the fitness of Pavis, Stupinan, and Koromitoma, I think they will be in a position they have to be, like fighting for Europa or being in Champions League also. It's possible because you can see Chelsea and Man City, they're not performing really well. So it's an opportunity for a team like Brighton to be able to fight with a team like Panama to be able to attain those chances of maybe qualifying for Champions League or Conference or Europa. Yeah.
Okay, nice, Mike. I was watching the game against Man City against Newcastle. This is the thing. Newcastle, it's a good team, a very good team. But I don't know what happens when they go to Etihad. They haven't managed to win a game at Etihad easily. They haven't still yet. When they go to Etihad, it's becoming a hard game for them. Do you think, or that day it was Man City being brilliant, or it was a point where Newcastle just dropped a bit, and if you drop a bit and you're playing against Man City, definitely goals are coming. And then keeping in mind the guy who was scoring, we expect somebody like the likes of Haaland, somebody likes of Jorginho, this Gundogan, the likes of KDB, but no, the new kids, the likes of Mamouche, were the one who was having the day that day.
I think Newcastle also, they made some mistake when they went to the Etihad like we did. They played a high line like we did against City. City is not a team you have to play a high line. They will catch you very easily and they'll score a lot of goals. Like you see, the goals Mamouche scored, they were like one assist from the goalkeeper, just straight to the player, and it's a goal. That's a very tactical goal, because how can you explain a goalkeeper just hitting the ball from the back to the striker and it's a goal?
But this guy, what's the name? The goalkeeper, it's this Man City goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Man, he has been doing it. It's not
he has
one
been
time.
doing it, but you see where Mamouche took the ball from?
Yeah.
He had only one guy tackling him.
Okay.
It means that Newcastle player they were expecting to catch him in an offside trap, but it failed.
Okay.
The same thing we did with them with Chalobah. Chalobah remained with only Haaland, and then Sanchez came to meet Haaland, and it was
Yeah, it was the same type of
yeah,
goal.
it was the same type of goal. That's the issue I'm telling you, that you don't play a very high line against City at Etihad. They'll dismantle you very hard.
Okay.
And you see a team like Arsenal, how they played against Man City at the Etihad. You attack and then you defend as a team. You don't just attack as a few, or you defend a few. You go as a whole and you come back as a whole.
Okay.
That's the way you can neutralize Man City.
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Joshua, do you think what happened? Because if you watch the game when they played Newcastle, Man City were brilliant. But yesterday when they played against Real Madrid, yo, man, I was like, is this the Man City is this the Man City we know? Because I don't know, man. They were just from everybody. And then come to the news, we had somebody like Haaland saying, hey, man, today I don't feel like I can play. Do you think, is it because we saw everybody? Okay, some guys are saying, no, he feared playing in Bernabeu. But for me, when we watched that game previously, he was like, he limped during the game. So is it a point where he was like, I'm not yet fit. I don't have the, what do you call it? I don't have the, like the what it takes to play against this team, whether at Bernabeu. You knowing the atmosphere and what happens in there.
I think it's very funny you say, like, it's not Man City that we know. This is Man City that we used to know, my friend. They are typically the real Man City that we used to know. So going to Bernabeu, is a funeral for you, because they really messed up in Etihad. If they could have secured a win in Etihad, they could have come and just play for a draw here in Bernabeu. But they let Madrid outscore them in Etihad. So it was very difficult. Immediately after they conceded a goal at the 4th minute, I knew it's gonna be bad for them. And they let it. Even there is somebody, I think it was you, Mike, who were saying there is no point for them to come to play for the second half.
Yes,
Because we know how it will end,
Yeah.
and it ended badly. I think this was one of the best games for Mbappe, scoring a hat-trick in Champions League. I think it really put him in a high note, despite the fact that when he started at the Real Madrid, he was not performing that well, and people started doubting his capability. But right now, we have seen that he has really emerged and proving other people wrong, and he's so bad in Champions League that he scored back-to-back for the same team. So I think Haaland was being able to be rested because Pep Guardiola assumed that he has Mamouche on his team, and that guy can play really well. We saw his ability when he played against Newcastle. We thought maybe he will replicate that performance against Madrid here. But Madrid is Madrid. I think it's a weak Madrid, but they really played very well. So Man City, I think, it's only they're showing up on one game, then the next game they are not performing anymore. So they're not that consistent. And so far, I think Pep has lost around 13 games in a season. I think is the most in his career to lose in a season. So we can see how sometimes life can just flash in your eyes immediately.
Okay.
Because people will not have thought that this will happen to him, but now it's happening, man.
Okay, because my friend, I was having a chat with one of my friends before the game, like during the day while we was just during the day. I was like, the weak point of this Man City, it will be their defense lineup, because these guys, they don't have if they want to play the new guys, kids, taking them to Champions League against what Real Madrid does, you cannot try to do that. But for me, it was like, okay, come to the Man City kind of a team. Who do they have on their bench? No one. Akanji is injured. Walker, they send him away. Now he has left with now to play the likes of Rico Lewis or this other new kid.
Husno.
Yeah. Also, he had a nightmare. Leave alone Husno. Man, Gavidol. Yo, I think Mbappe took it seriously and most personal. The guy just dumped. He sent him away like twice, and it was like, what the hell? Come to the captain also, Diaz. I think Man City defensive wise, if you find a way to exploit it out, hey, that team will suffer. Yeah, I think that's the weak point now we know for Man City. If you find a way to exploit their back line, I think they are so weak to an extent that it's worrying to see them on that stage, on that status of now.
Yeah, I think what Mbappe did, he saw the weakness in Gvardiol and he really utilized it to his advantage. That's how he beat them.
Because if you did you watch how he slide like the second slide, it was like this. The guy was off. He was off. He cannot recover from that.
Yeah, you know the type of player Mbappe is. You cannot just you have to be very keen and active, because he can do wonders with you, and it will be a talk of the town like it is now for Gvardiol.
Okay. So what is it with us fans? Because when Mbappe he's not doing what he's supposed to be do, we are all here saying, "Oh, he's not good. Oh, he's not this." But when it comes to him scoring the day, why do you find now everybody says now this is the Mbappe we wanted to see him in the Real Madrid shirt?
They were complaining because they know the ability of Mbappe. Mbappe has been performing in PSG, and people used to call that league a farmers league. So they used to think it's performing that well because of the leagues that he is. When he comes to the other league, I think he will not perform as much as we're expecting him to perform. So he proved people right in the first maybe 15 games in Real Madrid that he played. He was not performing that very well. But right now, I think we have seen that he has. I think there is a message he's sent before and said that he really want to show people what he can do as a player. And since that time that he talked like that until now, I think he has been proving scoring. I think he has scored 17 goals and 2 assists. So Mbappe as a player is a very phenomenal player. We know that. That is why Real Madrid was very keen in signing him. That's why he was given a lot of money for him to go to Saudi League. But we're supposed to know, like, fans have plans. If you're not performing very well, in fans there are haters. There is those who want to see you failing, and there is those guys who will praise you when you perform only, but not when you start to drift apart. So Mbappe as a player is a good player, and he's a phenomenal player, and we know he's erratic sometimes. But when he came to Madrid, I think we have seen a very different type of Mbappe. He's very humble right now. It's not the Mbappe that we used to see in PSG.
Okay, nice. Let's come to a team which I think humble is not just a word for us. We are more than humbled. Man, as Manchester United, we are fighting now. We have reached a place where we are fighting for relegation. Top 4 is not part of our thing. Being top 10 is not part of our table. Now all what is left for us is fighting for relegation, not to be relegated. But hopefully, the likes of Ipswich and Southampton and and Wolves, if they continue doing what they are doing, I think we are still maybe we are there somewhere there. But I saw you guys dropping a banter at the last time when Manchester did that. They went to relegation straight, and then I don't know what. Who started this? Who started this propaganda? Because I just found it in between.
No, it's not propaganda. It's a statistic that the last time Manchester United lost more than, I think, 13 games in a season, they were relegated. So that's the last time you are relegated. So it's just a stat. It's a stat I read on X. So I just came and put it forward, and then George caught it up, and then he started. You know, George.
Yeah. So come to this. I don't know. Let's say is it that's what I'm saying. Is it an issue with Manchester United, or is it because I cannot understand it. Check the likes of Rashford. This guy, the 2 games he has played in Villa. Even I was wondering, Kwani, does Rashford knows how to take the set pieces? Because how he does it, the first one last time he played, it hit a wood and.
Woodwork, yeah.
Yeah, and he scored. Yesterday, the same thing. When he played against Liverpool, he did the same thing. He was taking the free kicks and he was taking the corners, which was so perfectly executed. Like, I'm wondering, what does it happen when it comes to the Manchester United when he is playing? That's one person. Come to now our guy, Lingala boy, Anthony. Oh, the guy has 3 back-to-back play of the match. And now he's fighting to be the player, the player of the month. Yeah, player of the month. And I'm worried, like, when he come to Manchester United, what does it happen? That's another person. Anthony, our striker. Now he has, like, I think 11 goals. Come to McTominay, the best player while he's playing in, is it Marseille? Olympic Marseille, yeah? I think so.
McTominay is Napoli.
McTominay.
Napoli.
Napoli. Yeah. Marseille is the Greenwood, yeah? Greenwood is the one in Marseille, yeah? I think so.
Yes, Greenwood.
Yeah, Greenwood in Marseille. See what he's doing. And then all of these guys, when they come to Manchester United, I'm like, what's happening? what's happened? Like what's I think is it Manchester United itself where the issue is, or it is when the players come to Manchester United they find it's like they get so much comfortable and they try to do what the hell they do while they play. I don't know.
I think it's only that we can say that when they're coming to a team like Manchester, Manchester has its own pressure. When you're joining that team, everybody is expecting you to perform. Every eye is on you. And especially when you come with a high tag, like how Anthony was bought, the price also itself set him to the fans. It set an expectation of how he'll perform. Because if you come with such a price tag, he's not responsible for it. I think the whole season he managed to score a goal when he was in Manchester United. The whole season,
Yeah, I think 2 goals only, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
even I don't think even he scored maybe a single goal.
Okay.
But now he has 3 goals on his name and an assist in a new team. And this is something that can show you there is something which is not right at Manchester United. Rashford himself, we have seen him playing 2 games and he was very sharp. His sharpness, I was not imagining it's Rashford, because when I saw him doing an interview, I look at him and I thought maybe his physique is not right. I just imagine, like I saw him the last time I saw him in Manchester United, he was very good, and you can see his physique was so okay. But recently I saw his physique was not good. But when I saw him running, performing, I saw, yeah, this is the Rashford that I saw 3 seasons ago. Right now, I'm looking at Manchester United and I'm looking at Almorin, the way he came and tried to be very open with the media. I think this thing will eat him up because he talked really bad about Rashford. This is very unacceptable as a player for you to allow somebody to talk like that and still you remain to that team. Rashford himself, he never talked back. He just kept quiet, but I'm sure he will prove his manager right, or he'll prove him wrong by performing very well in Aston Villa.
Okay.
So when it comes to the other player like Greenwood, you can exempt him because he moved from Manchester United when he was still playing very good. You remember that time he was playing with the Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
So apart from there is Marshall also. He went in Greece and is performing very well and scoring goals. So Elanga on the other side, he has around 7 assists. And that can show you that Almorin right now, where he is running out of option. And the likes of Garnacho, they're not performing real well because maybe he put their spirit down. And also somebody like Minor got injured. I think this time round, if you're not careful, you will be fighting relegation with this Ipswich. And Ipswich, you have seen, they played against Aston Villa and they were very, very good. They were phenomenal when they're playing. So I don't think it will be that easy for them to be relegated. And Wolves on the other side. So Manchester United, you must be very, very careful. This time round, I think if you don't care, if you don't take care, you will find yourself in a hot soup, man.
Okay, man. Guy, you having you here, Chelsea.
Yeah.
You are supposed to give us 60k. Why did we not drop this Garnacho deal and we forget it, man? Because I think because after what I've seen Garnacho does, when he was supposed to be sold, it was a different Garnacho. Now the window is closed. Well, the Garnacho I'm seeing, it's not the Garnacho I was seeing 2-3 weeks. Well, there was motion here and there for selling him.
I don't think we were going to pay that much for him. There is no way, because even when the news came out that Manchester United is asking for 60M, everyone was surprised. How? For Garnacho, there's no way, there's no team that's going to invest that a lot of money in him, because most of the time we've seen the guy, okay, he's a very great runner, but I don't know what happens to him when it comes to finishing. He is poor in finishing, very, very poor.
He make a very poor decision when he's in the final third.
Yeah, sure. He runs with the ball very well, but when he's in the final third, that's when things just go
south.
Yes.
Okay.
So so many people were surprised. How can Chelsea bid that much on someone like him when we have Mudryk, who is still yet to come back? We still have Sancho, who is okay. He's not putting in that much, but he still put up those numbers, you see. So I think our sporting directors, maybe they could have put in 30M or 40M if it's that much. but
Okay.
60 it was above board.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. But when I see this, I don't know what's wrong. What's up with Sancho? The last games he was he was so good, and then now when when Rush was out, well, Rush was here and out saying thing, and then you see him tweeting freedom. What does that show? Because if you ask me, I think now I don't see him having a chance at Manchester United with that kind of spirit.
No, I think when he said he tweeted freedom, he's supporting, Rashford. They are like friends. He's supporting his friend after Amorim had talked about him badly in the media and he had been banished from the team. And after that period, Rashford got a club like Villa. So Sancho, maybe people misquoted his tweet.
Sure.
You see, like he was supporting his friend. Like, I'm your friend. When I see you going through some hard time at your workplace, and then you get a job elsewhere, I'll be happy for you. Like, Sancho was just happy for his buddy when he just said, okay, at long last, my friend has gotten the freedom. So his friend will prove the world wrong.
Okay.
Those people who are hating on him, you see.
Okay. Nice.
Just something like that. Yeah.
Okay. I think then I think I'm one of those guys who got it on the wrong
Yeah,
side of it.
most of the guys got it wrong, and he was really bullied online, and it's understandable. Everyone will not understand everything.
Yeah, your angle. Yeah.
You see, like, Sancho cannot explain that thing in whole. He's been at Manchester United. He has seen what managers can do to you, what it can do to you mentally and physically.
Yeah.
So when Rashford was going through that same period, Sancho has been in the same situation too.
Yeah, so he
felt it.
Yeah.
So he just felt, my body is now free to go and play.
Okay.
You see, like, when he came from Manchester United to Dortmund, he was free. He went there, he enjoyed the season, and then came back. He came back and then came to Chelsea, and he has been enjoying, you see, something like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice. Guys, I'm saying, this you thing where you guys are now here, like when you started the pod, you were like, yeah, Mourinho, new striker, blah, blah, blah. But guys are saying, is it a knee-jerk reaction? Because Mourinho, typically, he's not a striker. And you guys, you don't have a striker. And then come to your forward-wise, guys, there were some guys who came on my inbox attacking me like you said we were gonna be beaten, but I said if Arsenal goes on with the likes of Sterling, Trossard, and only Marine, what's this guy? Kelly? No, Moneri. Yeah, if only he plays with those three guys, the chances of you guys scoring it will be so minimal. But when he removes Sterling and bring in the Merino and changes some, he tweaks some 1 or 2 tweaks here, that's when you guys got the goals. Because if you watch that game, well, the Sterling and the rest were playing on the front three, it was hard for you guys to score. But after that, he made that switch. I think that's when you guys got it. So is it like, football, sometimes it can be good for you, sometimes it's going to be harsh for you. Do you think maybe the likes of Merino, if he goes with her, if your manager now comes in with him as a striker, do you think that it can win you games, or it was just one of those which we know?
Do you know why Trossard was not performing very well in that game? Do you have any idea why?
I think he was played in a wrong position, which he doesn't play.
Exactly. When he moved Trossard to this right position, what happened?
The game changed, definitely.
The game changed, and he's the one who provided an assist.
Yeah.
He was lively, he took the ball, he moved with the ball, because that is the right position for Trossard. If you're putting him in number 9, Trossard gets bored very fast because he will not touch the ball a lot of times. If you, as a striker, you don't get balls mostly. So you have to look for ball if you're somebody like Jesus. That's why somebody like Haaland, they have 3, 4, 5 touches in the whole season, in the whole 90 minutes. Somebody like Trossard is a person that wants to be with the ball most of the time.
Yeah.
So it reach a time whereby when he doesn't have ball, he feel like he's not doing anything and he get bored. So when you move him to the right position, it will be easy for him to feel that this is what I was supposed to do, and he will create those chances that we saw him creating. So Sterling, I think is a finished good. Like, if they ask me, I really don't want to see Sterling in that team again for real, because he did not even completed a single dribble. He cannot run. He cannot hold the ball. When he's being touched, he just fall down. He cannot shield and he cannot do anything. He was a good player before. When you are saying that is a knee-jerk reaction, yes, it's a knee-jerk reaction because we don't have any person or anybody to put in that position. So the only player that we have who has that height like high of us, if we are bringing those crosses from Trossard or from somebody like Ethan Moneri, the only person who can convert is Cariofori or Mikel Merino. So we have seen Mikel Merino is very good in headers. This is not the first time, by the way. He has scored maybe 2 goals before, and his conversion rate is so good. I have seen him having that composure of a striker. Do you remember the likes of Fellaini when he was in Manchester United?
Yeah.
Exactly. So he's like a Fellaini to Mikel Arteta. When he's coming, you can play him as a forward, and that composure is what enables him to be able to create himself and put him in a good position. His position was very, very, very good, and we've seen Cariofori also coming for this guy Milis Kelly. That he moving forward with the ball is also good. So kudos to Arteta. His substitution really worked very well.
Okay, nice. I don't know. Do we think now Nottingham Forest, Mike, when you watch their first games, like the 20 game, those guys were on fire. They were on fire. You couldn't expect them to drop points at any point. Yeah. But now, if you watch their next 3 games, it's they have Arsenal there, they have the likes of Man City there, they have Newcastle there. Do you think now these are the games which will determine how their season will go on from now? Because previously they had not played the big teams, as we call them. But now once they're being playing against the big teams, man, they're dropping points. Leave alone Fulham. I did not expect them to drop points with Fulham.
Yeah.
And then now comes they want to play Man City, Newcastle, Arsenal. These are big teams, which I don't know if they do have what it takes to play against them.
Yeah, we've seen as the season began, most of the teams they were good. We've even seen Liverpool was good, and recently we are seeing their form is dropping drastically. So like the teams like Nottingham Forest, it has really fought well to be in the third position at the moment. Unfortunately, they have the pressure is growing as we go near the end of the season, and you see like the teams they are competing against, like Man City, Newcastle. These are the teams who are trying to get into the top 4. So it will not be easy for Nottingham Forest there in these coming game weeks, because these are the teams like they have to play also Chelsea. We are fighting for the top 4. Almost 6 teams are fighting to get in that top 4. So this is the time the pressure is so high on them. It will determine how prepared and well they are to combat those opponents.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think now Liverpool, how they're playing, it's like, I don't know, but also, okay, this is a scenario where it's a good team. They have everybody which they need to have. They have the guys who need to step up, keeping up to somebody like Salah, now becoming the third most player to score points in the FPL. That's one thing. Now he's having 24 goals, where he's the person who's coming close to him, it's Haaland, where he's 19, so it's a difference of 5 goals also. And then they have the likes of Gakpo, who comes in doing the thing, Szoboszlai becoming the best of that game, Trent, when he's needed, he's there. So do you think now, is it like the whole team it's still gelling? But if you watch the game they played yesterday, if it was not that last minute thing where they equalized against Aston Villa, do you think now, because of the number of games which they are playing, how many teams maybe they are now trying to get to know how maybe Slot is planning his team, do you think there's a possibility where Liverpool now will start to lose point, or with how they have been intact as a team and how they've been playing as a team, they have a chance to go on and maybe go for a treble?
It's possible. We saw them having 3 finals. It was the time of Jurgen Klopp, and they really blunder, my friend. They didn't win any of those cups. They have to prioritize, because they cannot fight in all fronts, because fatigue will catch on them. And as Arsenal, like, one of their best player is Salah. Arsenal, one of the best player was Saka. In case Salah got injured, do you think they will perform the way they are performing right now? It will be very difficult for them. So they have to prioritize the cup they need. They have to prioritize the game. They have to go all. So I think as time goes, we'll see them maybe very reluctant, and it's not their fault. It's only that they are playing a lot of games, and now the games are becoming uh, maybe competitive, and the intensity is very high. And each and every team wants to prove they want to get something. Some teams want to be in top four. Some teams are fighting for relegation. Some teams also they want to be in a certain position in their leagues or maybe in Champions League. So it will be very difficult for them and for the team which they are facing. But they have shown that they can go all along. Right now, I think they are remaining with 12 games to league, and Arsenal maybe are remaining with 13 games. We are not expecting that Arsenal will win this league this season, but it will not be that much easy for Liverpool also to win confidently or maybe easily. So they have to fight for it.
Okay, nice. Now moving to swiftly to where everything matters a lot. Whereas champions, it is the EPL, Fantasy Premier League. This game week, it was an average game week of 74 points. I don't know how many gets. Let's have Joshua. How many points do you get this week?
I think nowadays I'm becoming a pro man. I got 95.
Okay.
I got 95, Habibi.
Okay, nice. Mike, how many you got, man?
I got 91.
So I think we are good, man. We are good. I got 98 points, you know. We are good.
Yeah.
We are good. I thought I was expecting somebody to say 100. Because hey, there's a guy, Louis. I don't know where I can get this crazy guy. The guy scoring points. He's on fire.
Which guy is on fire?
Hey, Louis is on fire.
Louis got 74 points, Habibi.
No, leave alone this week. Last week he got like 100 plus 20 points. 120 points. He was on fire. But also for you last week, I saw you scored around 131. So hey, this time it's you're eating good. You're eating good. FPL wise.
This time I think it's only that most managers, they also performing very well. And the introduction of this fantasy
assistant
manager, I think also it's helping people to be able to get those extra points. So I've not yet played the manager, and I think I will take my time before I played it, because I really want to crack. There is something that I'm trying to find, because I wanted to understand like how is Moyes in front of somebody like Slot, yet they played the same amount of games. And I came to realize is they're playing with this thing called position bonus.
Yeah.
So if you're going for Slot, it's number one. So there is no any position bonus you will get.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, it's like this. If you play a team, which is above top 6, you guys, if you win that game, you're getting 10 points as a manager. And if you play, if you draw, you get 5 points. And then even if you play like a team like Liverpool and you're like number 12 and what's, if you win that game, your manager gets a bonus points also for that. And then there's the normal points where if you score 1 goal, it's a point for the manager. If you keep a clean sheet, it's a point also from the manager. And then and then if you win, it's a normal 3 points. And then that's how now I think, guys, because if you went with the last week where Moyes was scoring like 41 points because of playing two teams which are above him, and he won all of them, and most of them it's like four goals and above. So that's why Moyes has more points than other managers.
We don't need to have to knee-jerk in that reaction of maybe acquiring somebody like Ancelotti or Pep Guardiola, or even going right now to Moyes, because we have seen Tottenham performing very well for a certain kind of games, but later on you don't know what caught them, and they start dropping points like nobody's business. Recently, we have seen them going maybe 9 games unbeaten. Performing that performance really show you that having Moyes as your assistant manager is a good choice. Okay. Because if he has managed to be able to fight a team like Liverpool, a team like Aston Villa, and be able to maintain to maintain a win and a draw, it seems that they are in a very good position for you to acquire him as your assistant manager. But there is a double game week which is coming forward, and this involved Crystal Palace and Newcastle.
Man, is that a game you want to risk? Is that a risk you want to take?
Yes, that's a risk. I can take that risk with an assistant manager, because Eddie Howe is not a simple manager that you think. They are winning games. So if you be able to have those kind of player in that game, I I think it will be easy for you to gain a lot of points. And still, we haven't played some of our chips like bench boost, our chips like what do you call this
The
one?
free hit and the triple cups for some also, yeah.
Preheat I've played, triple captain I haven't played yet.
Okay.
So I think still we have our Arsenal in our guns, and I think when times come, we'll try to attack in the morning.
Okay, nice. I don't see. I don't. No. I have. I have an issue because game week 29 is a blank game week where Salah, that's Liverpool, where most guys have their players. Another team is Newcastle, where most guys also they do have their players. Do you think now is a point where now I'll be trying to say, you know what? Let me try to fade out these players because there's a blank in game week 29. That's one point. And then also we come to these big players that we know them having. We expect them to give us points. Tipping point. Man like Cole Palmer, now it's in 5 game weeks. He hasn't given us points. Yeah. Haaland, still the same wing, and then it's like he caught an injury. The other person is Rogers from Villa. Man, the time when we think this is the time, like this double game week, I brought him. I was like, in double game week, he definitely gonna give me something. All the games, 2 points, 2 points, 4 points. A waste to my thing. Guys, after the other last week double game week, hey, Gakpo was the guy to go to. This game weeks, both game weeks, Gakpo never plays. So what's happening with the IPL? You know, is it a point we reach where, you know what, as managers don't rush, and also if a player doesn't perform better, just remove him. No need to keep him on your team for long, because the players of also Brentford guy Mboemo, he has not been giving us points. Also, him and Palmer, same WhatsApp group.
Yeah. So from Brentford, I have Shed. I think Shed has been really good. You can interchange him on the bench and bring him also in the team, because he has he will always perform sometimes when he's brought on. And for these big names like Palmer, Haaland, and Mboemo, you see, I think at the moment you just have to be very careful with how you manage those players. Like I've been affected as a manager because I've stuck on to Palmer for the last or the whole of this season, but recently he has been really not giving me that what I need. So I have to go back and check what can I do and make. I feel like I don't want to lose him, but I feel like I have to lose him, because if I continue having him on my team, I've seen he's still blanking every game week. He's not giving me the points he used to give me. So as a manager, you have to act very very fast and do it. I saw like Joshua did it in the last game week. He said he can't continue with this anymore, and he changed them. So I think I'll also have to go and I'll have to go and do it. I'll go some minuses because I've already played all those chips. At the moment, I don't have any active chip for me.
Okay.
So I'll risk for the 4 points minus, and I'll change the team.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. Joshua, you being the guy who did the quick change, where now, I don't know, looking at the fixtures, someone like a Mwamush, that's the first thing I saw everybody going to that side. You being one of them, I think so. Moneri, the same thing. Mereno, after the game, Arsenal, and now we know he'll be the guy at the front side. Many guys went to him. Chelsea side also. Nkunku, now we know the two guys are not there. Jackson and the other guy. Now Nkunku is the... Do you think it's a wise idea for you, because of seeing that one or two games? Is it good enough to judge a player and bring him on your team?
I haven't done any change in those guys like Mamush. I don't have Mamush, but I think it's a change that I need to think right now, since I have players like Haaland. Maybe he will not play, so Mamush can be that differential guy who I think most of the managers will go for the guy. But the fact that they didn't play very well in the Champions League, I think most managers will think twice before they do that change. But for me, I think this is the time that I have to do the change of Mamush and Ethan Monelli on my team, because I know Ethan will be available in each and every game. I know he'll be crucial and he will be essential to Arsenal. And if they will have to play a centre forward like Mikel Merino, somebody who can be able to convert those crosses that Ethan is deploying, I think it's a good choice for me to go with those kind of changes. One thing that led me to have a very bad performance of FPL last season is I was taking a lot of time and thinking a lot before I do a change. Even if a player is not performing really well, I was still keeping him, hoping that maybe after another game he will perform. And that's why when I had Haaland on my first 3 games of the season, uh, I did that 3 games of the season. I had Salah. I didn't have Haaland. Then I went on and I bought Haaland. Then he performed. When you bought Haaland yourself, he was not performing that time because I was doing those quick changes. Whenever I see that somebody form is deepening, so I think we're supposed to check the form of a team and the form of a player in a certain period because we know right now most of striker they have those purple patches. Currently, I think most of the midfield are not performing very well. That is the only fear that I have to remove somebody like Cole Palmer because if I think that I'm going for Gordon, I think Gordon is just performing on one game and he doesn't create a lot of chances and a lot of assists. There is no a lot of option for me to go in case I want to replace somebody like Cole Palmer.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, so that's the only reason why I'm leaving him there.
Okay, nice. Coming to the other side, I'm checking the assets way, which I think we should be having. Man, I was thinking Pickford was the guy to go to. It's not happening. If you watch Nottingham Forest, the next fixtures, hey man, it's looking bad. So I don't think going to sell is also a good idea. Now, this brings me to a place where I'm seeing Brighton. Their fixtures look good. And their goalkeeper, defensive-wise, they are okay also. So that's one person I think also. If you check Bournemouth as a team also, hey man, Kepa, I think those two, is it Vaben, whatever, the Vaben guy, the guy from Brighton, goalkeeper, and Kepa.
Yeah, sure. Because they have shown they can bring in those clean sheets. Like Kepa's really impressed since he went on loan. So I think if you don't have them, you can risk because. But Vabring, that name is so hard.
Brighton.
You're gonna eat your tongue, man.
The Brighton goalkeeper. Okay,
Yeah.
they have had only 2 good games. You can't judge on
No,
those
but the
because
fixtures. No, but the fixtures coming forward, it's looking good. And then keeping in mind, man like Estopina is back. They have Dunk. They have the Veltman. If they have, because we know previously we know them.
who are they playing against?
The fixtures will go. What's we check? Fixtures Brighton. This week Brighton they do play against Southampton.
Southampton.
Yeah.
Southampton, they are fighting for relegation.
Man,
You see,
the team is being beaten 5-7 goals. I don't expect.
it's okay.
Yeah.
Not by Brighton.
Oh.
Maybe by another team. you can't write off them at the moment. You see, we are going that critical time of the period, time of the season, whereby teams are fighting for their survival.
Okay.
Like Southampton, okay, you see they are going down, but they will want to go down with someone.
Okay.
You just don't.
You don't die alone, man.
Yeah, you don't say, oh, they'll beat them. Like it's just normal.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we also play Southampton after we play Villa, and I think it will not be an easy game because they are playing. We are playing to gain top 4 entry, but they are playing just to play.
Okay.
They can surprise a lot of teams.
I have nothing to lose, so
Yeah,
why should I?
They have nothing to lose.
Yeah, why should I? Yeah, okay. Nice. So, what do you think? In the defensive wise, Trent was there. I'm saying, problem is I don't have the funds to go to Trent. I think Trent is a good option. Tokoski, Everton, their fixtures also, when I check on the rating for Everton, they're playing Manchester United this week, Brentford, Wolves, West Ham, and then Arsenal, Liverpool in the next coming side. I think for the next 3 game weeks, I think having the defensive voice of Everton also I think is a good choice. The likes of Tokoski or Brathwaite, one of them is a good option. Also, you cannot forget the Bournemouth. We have said their fixtures is looking good because they play Wolves, Brighton, Tottenham, Brentford, Ipswich, West Ham, Fulham, Crystal Palace. To me, I think also if you do have the players from the likes of Crackers, maybe is a good option to have on your team. Not forgetting Fulham, we have seen them. Okay, keeping a clean sheet is not that good. It's not that easy for many teams now. But also their fixtures also and how they are playing now, I think they are looking so good maybe to invest on one or two of their defender. If not Leno, maybe the likes of maybe Robinson also is a good option because he has the attacking threat. Not forgetting, we have seen Pedro Porro is always good, and also somebody like I think at Nuri from Wolves. Because if I check their fixture, also they're playing somebody like a Bournemouth, Fulham, Everton, Southampton, West Ham, Ipswich, Tottenham, and then Manchester United, Leicester. For me, I'm thinking these are the best. Maybe there's those differential you're gonna bring in your team if you do have the chances to maybe dunk them in your team.
Yeah, sure. There are always that individual brilliance from players in such from such clubs. So as a manager, you have to check well, and when you're bringing in those differential like from teams like Wolves, like Etnuri has shown that as much as Wolves is performing bad, but as an individual like him and Kuna, you can bank on them to give you some points in the FPL.
Okay.
Yeah.
On the kind of midfield wise, what's the option you're going with? Because now we know it's confirmed. Everybody is moving to the likes of Clivert. That's one person. Minte, I think, also is a person. Many guys or Mituma. Some guys are trying to eye them in the Brighton side. Salah, we know now it's a no-brainer. Not having him, it's a no-brainer. What's your thoughts? You're thinking with this when it comes to this midfielder, the differential guys who you think gonna give you those points?
The likes of Otara Odango.
Okay,
I think this guy,
you
the fact that he's playing as a striker and he's being filled in FPL as a midfielder, I think is a finesse because we're expecting goals from this guy, and he has recently he has been scoring those kind of goals. So I think he's a person that I can take as a differential. He's not highly owned, and he's a person that in case of I cannot reach for players who are very much expensive, I can go for those kind of player. You have mentioned somebody like Minte. Minte also is a player that we saw him in 2 games. He has been okay. When he came to Brighton, he has been very phenomenal. But those goals and assists were not coming through. But recently, the goals and assists have been coming through, and I think is the time whereby if you have those funds and if you are able, it's good to go for those kind of players. Mitom, I think, is a player that we have to think about him. And that my issue is if he perform in this game, the next game, all managers who are having Cole Palmer, they will go for Mitom
okay?
as
Nice.
their ideal midfield.
Okay, nice. What's your thoughts? Do you think Rashford, after we've seen the 2 games in Aston Villa, do you think also is a person of interest? Keeping in mind also somebody like an Iwobi from Fulham, how he plays, I think also is a person of interest for me if I want to go that route.
Yeah, sure. You can consider the two players like Iwobi and Rashford, but I think for now it will be very early for you to have them. You can monitor their performances at the moment. Like Rashford has come in and he has shown that he can put in those great performances. He's a great differential if you have him. And then there is one guy I always also want to give to a shout out to that we have a Bournemouth young defender Hutchinson. He's a very great guy. Yeah, he's a very great guy. If you can have him, he can actually give you what you need. He's shown he's resilient in that position. At the moment, when Bournemouth have had the injuries, he has really stepped up and is performing well.
When I was watching the Everton game, I'm like, yo, have you seen what Beto is doing? Consistency, game in, game out. Do you think he's a now player we can try now to bring in the teams?
I think for the striking side, if you have Isak, you've seen he has blanked, I think, 2 game weeks. And if you have someone like Mateta or Hood, they can be a great substitute for someone like Isak, because you see, like, Isak is also expensive to acquire him. And also Beto, he has shown he's coming up very well. Let's see how he performs, because we can say, okay, we will bring him in as early as now, but you see, like, the games coming in front of them, we will see what will happen. Like, they are playing Manchester United next,
Yeah.
and then after there they'll play, I think.
We'll see. I don't.
Crystal Palace.
I think so. Yeah.
You see, there are no easy games. Those ones. As much as Manchester United has been performing poorly, I don't think Everton will just score that easily. And also, Crystal Palace is not an easy game. So, for someone like Beto, I will take caution as per now. I'll take caution on him.
Okay, Joshua, what's your thoughts? Do you think Watkins performs also to be on that kind of forward voice, or
Yeah, the resurgence of Rashford, I think it keeps Watford on bay, and I think we will see a good version of Watkins in Aston Villa right now. And also, when you're talking about Everton, Beto is a very good pick, by the way. Don't wait for a time that you're saying you are watching. There is no time for watching. We are just remaining with 12 games, bro. So if you want to take somebody like Beto, take him right now. And Beto has been assisted by this guy called Alcaraz. So Alcaraz also is a very good pick and is a differential too. So these players, I think if we have to go for them, we go for them without thinking twice.
okay?
Because we don't have very good option as forwards,
Okay, nice. I don't know. When you check the games on the weekend, we have a team like Leicester playing against Brentford, Everton against Manchester United, Arsenal against West Ham, Bournemouth against Wolves, Fulham against Crystal Palace, Ipswich against Tottenham, Southampton against Brighton, and then Aston Villa playing against Chelsea. Sunday is the big game I think many guys will want to see, where Newcastle play against Nottingham Forest, and then Man City at 7:30 playing it against Liverpool. What's your thoughts, and which is the must-watch game according to you?
In that fixture, which team are you supporting?
I'm supporting Liverpool because I want them to hold Man City for us. We are coming for top 4 and they are breathing behind us. So if they can hold Man City for us and then we make sure we win against Villa, it will be great for us. As a Chelsea fan, I will support Liverpool. So, and according to from recent results for Liverpool, we are seeing they have that bit of fatigue. They are fatigued about their matches they have played. So it will not be an easy game. We don't expect it to be an easy game. For Man City also, they have lost in the Champions League. They have been really, really humiliated. So they'll try to fight back. So it will be a great watch. This is a very great Super Sunday match. Everyone will be watching it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Josh, what's your match-watch game and also the prediction?
That also is a match-watch game, and I really predict Man City versus Liverpool. I think it's a draw. I don't see them winning. I don't see Man City winning. Right now, they don't have the capability of winning against Liverpool. And because it's a big team and it's a rival that they have been having even before, they are two big team. When they are maybe locking horns, I think no team will want to release it easily. So for me, I'll see it's a draw. But if it's what I wish for Man City to win.
Okay.
But what in reality, the only thing that I can see is a draw there.
Okay, nice. For me, I think the must-watch game, Manchester United against Everton. It is the fight of the not to be relegated team, so that's a must-watch game for me. I don't expect Manchester United to play good, but okay, it's my team.
Everton are on top of Man United
with only 1 point, only 1 point. And then
so, Mr. Wafula said that it will be very difficult for Everton to score against Man United. Not right now. Right now, it will be very easy.
Okay.
Beto, I think, has been on form, and Alcaraz is coming so well. And we have seen Manchester United are very poor at defending set pieces. Everton are very good at set pieces. So you have to put that on mind. So it will be easy for them to score against Man United.
Okay.
I think this match will be also very great because Everton is playing their last season at the Goodison Park, so they will want to go out with a very great performance. So it will be very great to watch, and it's an early kickoff match.
Okay. Okay, early kickoff favors the younger team. That's what everybody says, which in this point is Manchester United.
No. At Goodson Park, I don't think so, man.
Okay, another game which is a must watch for me. Bournemouth against Wolves. Also, that's a good game to watch. I don't know what can happen there. Fulham against Crystal Palace also. We saw what Fulham did last week. And so we have seen what Crystal Palace can do. So that's a must watch also game. Aston Villa against Chelsea, man, that's a good game. I expect to see blazing. And then Newcastle against Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, sure.
That's a good game also to start with before we go to the big game on the weekend, Man City against Liverpool. So for me, I think it's nice having you guys. And my prediction, I hope Man City against Liverpool. Definitely. Mo Salah, any day, anytime. I don't expect Pep to do anything in that game. So I'm going with Liverpool, maybe a win a win for Liverpool. It's my take for this game. Newcastle against Forest. Because I'm owning somebody like an Isak. I want Newcastle to do a thing. And then for the last 2, 3, 4 games, they've lost again. I think 3 in the last 4. So they need to give us something. And then Arsenal against West Ham. I don't know. I think that's the last game that's the game I don't know what will happen. Last week I said the same thing. This week, Josh, because you are here. What's your thoughts as we end off?
There is no thought there. We will win the game.
Okay.
It's a very easy prediction. Even that is the reason I have not talked about it, because you predicted that Leicester against Arsenal, it will be a very difficult game, and you are right. It was difficult. The fact that we didn't have a striker, and I don't think if Merino was not there, or if they never do that change, we could have scored with those kind of players that we had at the forward. So I think this time round, Teta knows what to do against West Ham.
Okay, nice. So big shout out to our fans, listeners, those guys liking the comment, sharing, and then telling a friend to tell a friend as always. Don't forget Triple Cup podcast in each and every DSP. So nice, man, having Mike, man, and then the Arsenal guy, man, like Joshua. Good to have you back, also, man. From us, man, I think it's been nice. Adios.
Adios.
Adios.